Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. Today's the last day of March 2026. I apologize for my voice as usual. Getting over a bad case of some sort of virus. With this strange weather we are having here, it's absolutely not surprising. I started a new kit. Now, this is what the picture looks like. But what I got was this. Just as beautiful, but this has 22 colors. 14 count Ada. They're beautiful. Now, I have decided that I am not going to do the background because this is all white. So I'm just going to do the pattern. We'll see how this comes along. See if it will work out for us. I'm not going to do much talking because you don't want to listen to my voice that is not too pleasant. Now let's see if I can get some light here. Of course not. How are you doing? Are you ready for Easter? Since I was under the weather, I did not do too much getting ready for Easter. We just got finished with Ramadan. I can't see anything. To be honest, I don't even have any presents for the two little persons. Now over here in this country, it's a 4-day weekend. Starts with Good Friday. And Monday after Easter is also a holiday. That's when all the girls and ladies get sprinkled. In the village, they get a bucket of ice cold water from the well and dump it on the girl. Supposedly this will keep her fresh and youthful for the whole year. Also freezes the, well, yeah. The weather is supposed to turn to much more pleasant, much more spring-like weather. Mother Nature is a bit confused. I mean, we had 20 degrees temperature centigrade, and then we had snow. So it's absolutely no wonder that people came down with all sorts of viruses and etc. Thank goodness the little people did not catch anything. That's supposed to be a red over there. I'm sure you can see more than I can. Actually, it's not bad, whatever this virus is. It left me very weak. I can't find the hole. There it is. We manage. I am really perturbed as to what to get the two little boys. What do you get a kid that has everything? I'm serious. I did see some, it's a little package with a little stuffed animal and some sweets and little coloring. I still have time to make colored eggs for Sunday. It's only Tuesday. Then we'll have Monday, Thursday, and then Good Friday. And the stores will be closed. Now, from what I understand, the stores will be open on Saturday. So hopefully by that time, I'll get some of my strength back. And I can do a little shopping. The dinner is no problem. My freezer and everything is well stocked. So there's no problem as to what to cook. Now, I am not going to bake. Let me take a look to see what I was doing. So I'm going to let the bakery do the baking. Yes, I know. Camera gets very upset. Doesn't like the light. It's a very dark, cloudy day. I really can't see much. Okay, let's go over here. Probably should have started stitching with a lighter color. I don't know, do you agree that since when I wash the canvas, it's going to be white anyway. So I really think it's just a waste of time to stitch the background white, you know? I think we have a onesie over there. One of the ladies on YouTube also does cross-stitching. She does fantastic work. I mean, I'm so much a beginner compared to her. She's the one that gave the idea of it being totally useless to, unless you got a lot of time to waste, to stitch this whole white. I will do the colored, and down here, but not the white background. Learn from experience, yeah. You remember the little hearts we were stitching? Yeah. 18 count, Ada, and I started the white. Felt rather ridiculous, but since I got quite a bit of the background done, I figured, well, I was not going to rip it out. Just let it be, and little by little, do a little work on it, and then, I don't know, maybe 5 years from now it will get done. I don't know. It gets done sooner or later. Majority of the time later. Consider how many pictures I have on the walls. It does get done. Sometimes I look around and I am amazed at how much I have actually done. It's really not a small accomplishment. I see we're going to need the other color over here on the side. I don't know, it looks white to me, but it isn't. Because for the white, I have a 5200. But the pattern claims that it is a different color, probably a cream color. But, well, folks, the quality of the yarn leaves a lot to be desired. Perfect case of you get what you pay for. Right. I'm really thinking seriously of getting those little baskets that are already filled, since little man is very jealous of Nanny's little boy. So I thought of getting 2 of the same, and one for the baby. Of course, I'm going to take out, 6 months old. He doesn't eat chocolate. And put that into little man's basket. And they both will get a little stuffed animal. just a little, a tiny gift. They don't really need a gift for Easter, in my opinion, but just so they will not go have without a surprise. We don't have Easter egg hunts and things like that. Going to lose my voice. We don't have that in this country. I did not even have a chance to go in the park and see if they have Easter decorations out. I think that's a different color there. So I'm really planning to do an outing on Saturday. Doctor didn't have too much to say. She just said give it a few extra days. I said okay. Really, the strange weather really messed up a person's whole system. I was very surprised. I had no problems all through winter, and we had quite a cold winter. And when it gets to be spring, that's when we get snow. I'm like, okay, Mother Nature needs a vacation. She's definitely confused. I don't know why I can't find a hole. Yeah, I know you can probably see it better than I can. And I'm serious when I'm telling you that this border color, the pattern claims it's not white, but according to my opinion, this is the quality of the yarn, the floss. Very poor. Actually, I was very surprised to be confronted because usually, I have DMC floss, and this was floss on a bobbin. So by the time I got it unwound and kitted up, and I have one that I don't know what the number is. So I have to look through all the colors, and whatever I don't have, I can't even separate the floss. Would you believe it? Nope. That's weird. Let me try another strand. Well, I'll be. Look at that. That's what I got. What a mess. My goodness. Well, not gonna fool around with that. Let's see if I can that's 712. Wait, hang in there. The blue, 21, and that's 3865. Well, if this is not going to work, then I'm going to open my DMC leftovers and see if I can find a better quality. Okay, I got a strand. This one looks okay. The one that tangled up like that, more than likely I will just throw it out because it's ridiculous. Now this is a 3865, not a 5200. To me it looks white, but it isn't. So let's see. More like a beige or an ecru. Okay, let's see. Nope, looks white to me. I should look on my DMC chart to what color this number is supposed to be. I am sure once I get a little bit more on this canvas, then perhaps the color will jump out more. But right now, looks white, and it looks like it's too thin. It's a 14 count, so 2 strands. And it actually looks too thin. You see what I'm saying? Well, definitely the quality of the floss matters. But since I started with 2 strands, and I don't want to rip out what I have done already, so I'm just going to continue with the 2 strands and hope that when it's washed and ironed, it will look better. Hope for the best. Well, I can see a tiny bit of beige, sort of off-white. Definitely not as white as a 5200. Well, this part I intend to sew. As I said, only the white background I decided not to sew. Oh, there's one that's over there. But we have learned how to do onesies. I have learned a lot from doing the counted ones. Really did help me a lot. And and I don't worry so much what it looks like on the back. Yeah, I will definitely discard that that piece of floss with all the knots in it. This one seems to be better than the few stitches I did on the bottom part of the canvas. I do think it will turn out beautiful, you know. We had this situation before when we were not thrilled with the way the canvas started, and it turned out to be quite beautiful. So I definitely have positive, high hopes that this will also surprise us in a positive way. I do get tired very fast. I was told that it's normal. But I'm pushing toward my plans for Saturday outing, because the sun will shine, birds are singing, spring is here. I have to get out, must. What's your opinion? How does that idea of mine sound to you, the little Easter basket? I think that will do. They have plenty of clothes, they have toys, they have everything. Oh, and it's so adorable. When I go to the store, I will take you with me and show you what it is that I picked out. I'm sure they will still have leftovers. I am not the only one that will do last minute shopping. Usually I do not leave holiday shopping for the last minute, but it's the way things happen, so it's fine. Well, I still say this is white. Actually, once I turn all the lighting off, I will see the color much better. It looks completely different. And actually, I will see in a video whether it shows up, what color it shows up to be. Yeah, okay, this looks better than I was worried. I mean, you saw the mess that I tried to pull out one thread out of the 6, and all of a sudden, I got a mess. Now, I am not going to fool around with it. I simply don't have the time or the patience. I will discard it. So far, I have never had a shortage of floss. And as I told you, I did get the whole DMC, all of the colors, so I always have reserve in case I do get a problem. Since it's so difficult to order things, not to mention the expense, well, you all know what's going on in the world, so the price of shipping has gone up. Not that it was cheap so far, but can't really blame the source for it. I mean, you know, they did not raise their prices. It's other things that determine the price of shipping. Well, at least I got a little bit of stitching done. I'm happy. I was missing it a lot. So I thank you very much for spending a little time with me today. Stay safe, stay healthy, be happy. Happy Easter, happy holidays, happy spring celebration, whatever, just enjoy. See you later on. Bye for now. Bye. Mwah.